From fetal to bipedal, time you're conceived to the time you're believed. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. You know, you think about it. Your heart's beating, your autonomic nervous system is running in background. Your heart is beating, your lungs are breathing, your cells are dividing. Everything's just doing what it's doing. Your nervous system is reacting, compensating for anything. It's just really interesting to me because the truth of it all is no one can explain where the origins of thought are coming from. They're not coming from your mind. You think they're coming from your mind? You think that lump of meat that's between your ears is creating ideas out of nothingness? That's contrary to what science teaches you. You can't have something coming from nothing. So I'm suggesting there's an external source providing those thoughts. I'm something of a pessimist when it comes to believing that this is us and this is it, this is here and this is now. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow hasn't come, all you have is now. So, you know, like, you can think all you want that you're in control of your thoughts, specifically you in nature, inhabiting you. Or you can open the lid to the box and peek outside of it. Question yourself and your entirety of your existence, the entirety of your existence. I do not believe that we are thinking clearly when we think we're thinking where we are. There for sure has to be an external influence that is pushing and driving your minds to come up with ideas that you have, specifically you. And everybody has different ideas. Some have the same, but the ideas have to originate from somewhere outside of you. So if we can wrap our minds around that idea, that concept, then that is the next stage in our real understanding of what's going on. And that's the possibility that is a great possibility, that we are in a matrix. And the real us is sleeping somewhere, asleep, fighting to wake up, but not knowing how because they think they're already awake. How do you awake out of a dream when you still think you're awake in the dream? The only way probably is for a brief moment, a passage through death, so that that body is expired. It has no choice, that energy has no choice but to go back to the source for a brief moment. But prior to that brief moment of going back to that source and then coming back to this plane of existence, the memories are erased. Just the energy, just the driving force, just the energy itself pushes you back to source, and then you're yanked from it again and sent back into a new body with a new mind to fill with all of the insanity of this fucking world, so that we can repeat this process over and over and over and over again. To what end? We're in a machine. Scientists have proved we're in a machine. Elon Musk, big brain himself, has said that the chances of us being in base reality are 1 in a billion. Do you know what that means? It means you have a 1 in a billion chance of being in reality right now, based on what they understand. At some point, the machine cannot hide the entities that are inside of it. For if it was the entities that were inside of it that built the machine, inevitably those entities would figure out they are in a machine. And my guess is there's not a lot of those entities, maybe about 144,000 of them. And they're becoming aware that they're inside of a cube, inside of a machine. Just something to think about. Every time you think you know, every time you laugh at someone else's ideas, think about this. The key to laughter is to laugh with someone, for that is the only way you benefit the rewards of true happiness. The negative aspect to laughter, which always has a skew to it, is you do not reap those benefits of true happiness, joy. You're being confused that laughing at somebody and their misfortunes is something that makes you a good person. Maybe you should reassess what is right and wrong. Not so much good and evil, but what is right and wrong. For those things could be the very things that keep that X on your heart.